Now, if I take a cigarette or a cigar...
You can still have coffee, can't you?
Yeah, I'll have a touch. Ooh, this is the kind of coffee I like.
That said, Mrs. Olson right on her can if you drink that.
Johnny Carson interviewed thousands of Hollywood stars over 30 years, but only a handful left him genuinely impressed with their raw talent. Carson was notoriously hard to impress when it came to acting ability, making his praise incredibly meaningful in the industry. When Johnny publicly called someone talented, it carried really weight. These are the 9 most talented actors Johnny Carson ever met. Clint Eastwood, the king of cool. Carson told staff that Eastwood's so cool that even the smallest break in composure becomes the punchline. Johnny loved that Eastwood acted with restraint, getting a laugh or threat across without pushing. The tough guy aura colliding with late-night teasing created perfect comedy. Carson said Eastwood made simple choices work. That's real talent. Johnny appreciated how Dirty Harry showed control and authority. Carson told his staff, the good, the bad, and the ugly proved Eastwood could act with just his eyes. The minimal approach made Eastwood's presence even stronger. Johnny recognized that doing less often meant more. Carson loved how Eastwood let silence do the work. The restraint showed incredible confidence. Johnny told friends, most actors feel like they need to fill every second. Eastwood knows better. Carson appreciated the economy of movement. Eastwood never wasted a gesture, making each one count. Johnny said, that's what separates good from great. The poking at Clint's image became a running bit. Carson enjoyed making the tough guy squirm just a little. Eastwood always rolled with Johnny's teasing gracefully. The contrast between screen persona and couch reality fascinated audiences. Johnny told his producers, Eastwood gets the joke. That's why it works. The segments proved Eastwood had a sense of humor about himself. John Wayne, the unannounced legend. Wayne's surprise walk-on in 1976 makes the room change instantly, with Johnny reacting in real time to the myth showing up unannounced. Johnny said, Wayne was the gold standard, simple choices, huge presence, and total confidence. Carson admired how Wayne commanded the screen without trying. Johnny told friends, The Searchers is one of the greatest performances I've ever seen. Carson appreciated that Wayne never overacted, just existed.
Swing Out,
Sweet Land. When is that going to play,
That's
Fred?
what they want me to come out here for, but I really wanted to come out and congratulate you on the other thing. But Swing Out, Sweet Land was a great number of dear friends of mine got together and did a show and allowed me to be the star. And I'm very proud of it.
Johnny said, the shootist showed Wayne could handle real emotion. That's talent. Carson believed Wayne's authority came from understanding economy. The Duke made acting look effortless.
Are you going to play cowboy by any chance, or a man of the West?
No, this one's called The Shootist.
The Shootist?
Not C-H-U-S-T-I-S-T.
You mean Bang Bang?
I mean Bang Bang Shootist.
So you're going to play a...
Yeah, I'm going to play a gunfighter.
Johnny recognized Wayne's screen presence was unmatched. Carson told his staff, Wayne walks into a scene and owns it. The confidence came from decades of experience. Johnny appreciated that Wayne never doubted his choices. Carson said, Wayne knew exactly who he was. The consistency made Wayne reliable and great. Johnny told friends, you always got the real deal with Wayne. The surprise format elevated Wayne's appearances beyond typical interviews. Carson's genuine excitement was infectious. The audience reaction did half the work for Johnny. Wayne's entrance alone was worth the segment. Carson told his producers, that's what a movie star looks like. The myth and the man merged perfectly on camera. Johnny never tried to diminish Wayne's legend and just enjoyed it. Sean Connery, the unshakable Bond. Connery's first appearance in December 1975, promoting The Man Who Would Be King, has Johnny steering him into Bond talk. Carson told his staff, Connery combined toughness with real charm. Even ordinary answers felt like leading man moments. Johnny respected how Connery handled the Bond pressure without losing himself. Carson said, he kept his Scottish accent. That takes guts and confidence. Johnny loved From Russia with Love, calling it Bond at its peak. Carson told friends, The Man Who Would Be King showed Connery's range beyond Bond. Johnny appreciated that Connery brought real charm, not just toughness. The Scottish accent became Connery's trademark. Carson said, Connery refused to compromise his identity. Johnny loved that stubbornness. The Bond years could have destroyed lesser actors. Carson told his staff, Connery survived being typecast. Johnny recognized how difficult that was. Connery's charisma transcended any single role. Carson said, that's what makes him a legend. Connery discussed the intense Japanese press during You Only Live Twice. Johnny found the behind-the-scenes Bond stories fascinating. Connery's refusal to change his accent showed integrity. Carson respected actors who stayed true to themselves. The 1960s spy craze pressure would have crushed most people. Johnny told friends, Connery came out the other side even stronger. Jimmy Stewart, the sincere storyteller. Stewart's dog poem Bo shows real emotion, with Johnny's reactions becoming part of why the moment is unforgettable. Johnny said, Stewart's sincerity made every story feel honest. That authenticity made him a great actor. Carson told his staff, "It's a Wonderful Life works because Stewart believed every word." Johnny appreciated that Stewart never manufactured emotion, just felt it. Carson said, "Mr. Smith Goes to Washington showed Stewart could do powerful drama." Johnny loved that Stewart's awkwardness was actually his strength. Carson told friends, "Stewart made sincerity look easy. That's incredible talent." The gentle awkwardness turned into comedy gold. Johnny recognized Stewart's unique rhythm. Carson said, "Nobody else could do what Stewart did." The halting speech pattern became iconic. Johnny told his staff, "Stewart's delivery was instantly recognizable." Carson appreciated the vulnerability Stewart brought. The sincerity made audiences trust him completely. Johnny said, "Stewart never lied to the camera." The Bo Poem segment became one of tonight's show's most replayed moments. Carson's visible emotion matched Stewart's. The authenticity created television magic. Johnny told friends, "That's what real acting looks like." Stewart proved you could be funny without trying to be funny. Carson recognized the gentle humor in Stewart's delivery. The combination of warmth and vulnerability was unbeatable. Burt Reynolds, the fearless friend. The famous whipped cream shaving cream escalation turns into full-blown chaos instead of normal chat. Carson told friends, "Burt was fearless on live TV. He knew exactly how to break the format." Johnny valued Burt's natural ease on camera, being a movie star and playing loose. Carson said, "Smokey and the Bandit showed Burt's charm. He made it look effortless." Johnny respected that Deliverance proved Burt had serious acting credibility. Carson told his staff, "Burt could switch from comedy to drama. That's real range." Johnny appreciated that Reynolds never took himself too seriously. The playful energy made every appearance fun. Carson said, "Burt treated my couch like a playground." Johnny loved guests who weren't afraid to take risks. Reynolds pushed boundaries other actors wouldn't touch. Carson told friends, "Burt made me laugh harder than most comedians." The genuine friendship showed on camera. Johnny said, "Burt was one of my favorite people." Reynolds proved movie stars could be down to earth. The whipped cream bit became legendary. Carson couldn't believe Burt actually did it. The segment showed Reynolds' commitment to entertainment. Johnny told his staff, "Burt would do anything for a laugh." The friendship extended beyond the show. Carson and Reynolds genuinely enjoyed each other's company. The chemistry made every appearance feel spontaneous. Michael Landon, the boyish mischief maker. Landon's appearance on March 15, 1978, landed because he was naturally boyish on the couch, turning simple topics into stories that snowball into punchlines. One standout segment frames him as definitely not a handyman leaning into self-deprecating incompetence. Carson clearly enjoys Landon because the humor feels effortless, with Landon setting up premises, then topping himself until the bit becomes the interview. Johnny liked that Landon could switch from warm sincerity to a punchline instantly. Carson told his staff, "Landon made it look easy. That's the core of good screen acting." The segments never felt rehearsed, always spontaneous. Johnny gave Landon freedom knowing he'd deliver. Landon's boyish energy kept audiences engaged. Carson said, "Landon had that rare quality where you liked him immediately. The mischievous streak made him unpredictable." Johnny loved that Landon took risks. Carson told friends, "Landon understood comedy timing. The self-deprecation made him relatable." Johnny said, "Landon never acted like a star. The humility was genuine, not performed." Landon discussed I was a teenage werewolf with self-aware humor. Carson appreciated that Landon didn't take early roles too seriously. The handyman bit became a running joke. Johnny would reference it in future appearances. Landon played along, making himself the target. Carson told his staff, "Landon gets it. He knows comedy." The boyish quality never felt forced or fake. Johnny recognized Landon's natural likability. The Legend of Tom Dooley showed Landon's dramatic range. Carson respected actors who could do multiple genres. Peter Falk, the casual storyteller. Falk's appearance on October 12, 1982 works because he's a storyteller with a lived-in casual rhythm, making it feel like the funniest part is happening right now. When he's talking, Columbo Johnny starts doing a Falk impression, turning the segment into two guys riffing instead of Q&A. Carson's laughter comes from how Falk's voice mannerisms and warmth invite Johnny to play along without the moment feeling staged. Johnny liked Falk because he acted like a real person, first messy, specific, and totally believable. Carson said, "Falk's comedy never felt performed. He was just being himself." The segments felt like conversations between friends. Johnny appreciated Falk's natural storytelling ability. Falk made the couch feel comfortable, not formal. Carson told his staff, Falk was one of the easiest guests to talk to. The lived-in quality came from years of experience. Johnny loved the in-laws, calling it perfectly cast. Carson said, Falk brought messy humanity to every role. The believability made Columbo work. Johnny told friends, Falk understood character from the inside out. Carson appreciated that Falk never played for laughs. The Columbo impression became a highlight. Falk enjoyed watching Johnny attempt it. The casual rhythm meant Falk never rushed punchlines. Carson recognized this as masterful timing. A woman under the influence proved Falk's dramatic chops. Johnny said Falk could do anything. The storytelling ability transcended acting. Carson told his staff, "Falk makes you feel like you're there." The warmth made every story land. Johnny appreciated Falk's authenticity. The segments proved conversation could be entertainment. Carson recognized Falk as a complete performer. Jack Lemmon, the scene partner. Lemmon's appearance on May 8, 1985 never treats the couch like a promo stop. He treats it like a scene partner moment, instantly slipping into story mode with precise timing. A signature detail in his Carson appearances is how easily he and Walter Matthau turn simple questions into bickering tag team storytelling that feels like The Odd Couple happening for real. Johnny clearly loves him because Lemmon gives easy setups, then pays them off with warmth, rhythm, and quick turns that keep the interview feeling alive. Lemmon makes late-night conversation feel like effortless comedy acting. Johnny thought Lemmon was the real deal because his timing was actor timing. Carson told his staff, Lemmon could listen, react, and land a laugh without forcing it. The chemistry between Lemmon and Matthau was electric. Johnny barely needed to do anything, just watch them work. Lemmon's warmth made every segment feel special. Carson appreciated that Lemmon treated every appearance seriously. The bickering with Matthau felt genuine, not scripted. Johnny said, "Lemmon made my job easy. He did all the work." The segments proved Lemmon was a true professional. Carson booked Lemmon repeatedly knowing he'd deliver. Lemmon never phoned it in, always brought full energy. Johnny told friends, "Lemmon was one of the best actors I ever interviewed." The Odd Couple dynamic translated perfectly to late night. Carson gave them freedom to riff and play. Lemmon's precision came from years of comedy training. Johnny recognized Lemmon's talent immediately. The segments became masterclasses in comedic timing. Carson later said, "Lemmon understood rhythm better than most comedians." Lemmon proved actors could be funnier than stand-ups. Johnny's visible enjoyment made audiences love Lemmon more. The tag team storytelling created comedy gold. Carson appreciated Lemmon's professionalism and preparation. Lemmon treated Tonight Show like it mattered. Johnny respected that dedication to craft. Carson said, "Some like it, hot showed Lemmon's range. The ability to play vulnerable and funny simultaneously was rare." Johnny told his staff, "Lemmon had perfect instincts." The scene partner approach meant Lemmon actually listened. Carson recognized this as proper acting technique. Lemmon's warmth came from genuine caring. Johnny said, "Lemmon made everyone around him better." The Odd Couple proved Lemmon understood ensemble work. Carson told friends, "Lemmon never tried to steal scenes. The generosity made Lemmon beloved." Johnny appreciated actors who elevated others. Lemmon's professionalism set the standard. Carson told his staff, "That's how you do it." Elizabeth Taylor, the once-in-a-lifetime legend. Taylor's only appearance on February 3, 1992 plays like a once-in-a-lifetime booking with the legend factor so intense that even straightforward questions feel loaded with anticipation. The official archive frames it as her only Carson appearance, which adds tension because Johnny has to balance respect with gentle prodding that can still get laughs. Carson's enjoyment comes from that tightrope keeping it conversational while the audience treats every beat like a headline. Johnny respected Taylor as a serious actor because she had genuine dramatic weight. Carson told his staff, "Taylor didn't just play glamorous, she played complicated." The booking was months in the making. Johnny prepared more for Taylor than most guests. The studio audience gasped when she walked out. Carson's nervousness was visible, making it more authentic. Taylor's presence changed the energy completely. Johnny asked careful questions knowing every word mattered. The segment felt like history happening live. Carson later said, "That was the most nervous I've been. She was royalty." Taylor handled the attention with grace. Johnny tried balancing fan and interviewer. The audience wanted to hear everything about her life. Carson navigated carefully between personal and professional. Taylor's honesty surprised everyone, including Johnny. The segment proved she was more than just beautiful. Carson told friends, Taylor was the real deal. Serious talent. Johnny's respect showed in every question. Taylor appreciated Carson's gentle approach. The segment became legendary immediately. Carson knew this was special television. Taylor's only appearance made it more valuable. Johnny told his producers, "We'll never top this booking." The interview revealed Taylor's intelligence. Carson recognized her dramatic range. Taylor discussed Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf candidly. Johnny asked about the intense performances. Taylor explained her approach to complicated roles. Carson listened more than he talked. The segment proved Taylor was a true artist. Johnny's admiration was genuine, not professional. Carson said, "Cleopatra showed Taylor's star power." The ability to carry massive productions impressed Johnny. Taylor proved beauty and talent could coexist. Carson told his staff, "Taylor commanded every scene she was in." The vulnerability Taylor showed surprised Johnny. He expected movie star, but got a real and authentic person. Taylor's willingness to be honest elevated the interview. Carson recognized courage in that openness. The dramatic weight came from lived experience. Johnny said, "Taylor earned every bit of respect." The segment transcended typical celebrity interviews. Carson told friends, "That was one for the history books." Taylor's intelligence matched her beauty. Johnny appreciated the depth of conversation. The once-in-a-lifetime nature made everyone cherish it. Carson knew he'd never get another chance. These 9 actors proved that true talent isn't just about good looks or box office success. It's about craft dedication and the ability to disappear into any role. Johnny Carson worked with the best of the best, and these were the performers who genuinely impressed him behind the scenes, not just on camera. Which actor do you think had the most raw talent? And did we miss anyone who should have made Johnny's list? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more classic Tonight Show moments.